Hello, this is Lori from Morgan County Public Library, getting everything here ready. Oh, another day, a beautiful day, and another day of yoga, which is good. Um, Make sure you're wearing comfortable clothes. Make sure you have a sturdy chair. Maybe you might need a wall or just some way to make sure that you don't fall, hurt yourself. Um, and then get ready to go here. Don't push yourself too far. Um, it's a journey. It's not a race to the end, and the journey is the fun. So um, let's start with getting in our yoga seat. So sit back in your chair. Have your legs a little bit apart. You're sitting up. Your spine is straight. Your shoulders are down. If they're up like this, you're too stressed out, bring your shoulders down. And then put your hands either on your lap, or you can cup them like this in your lap, or you can have them at your heart center, um, however you prefer. So, the purpose of this exercise is to get comfortable sitting straight and get tuned into our body, what's going on with our body, and breathing. So we want to regulate our breath. We want to take long, slow, deep inhales, hold it for a second or two, and then long, slow exhales. Hold that for a second or two before you bring in the next breath. So let's do that right now. Let's meditate a little bit. All right. So what did you learn in your body? Are you are you feeling good today? Does anything hurt? Have you been taking good care of yourself? Drinking plenty of fluids, getting enough sleep? You know, taking care of yourself is very important. You can't expect others to take care of themselves if you won't even take care of yourself. So this is a practice of self-love and self-care, and I'm glad you're with me on this journey. Now, the next thing we're going to do is some neck stretches. So, get in your yoga seat. Make sure your arms or your back is straight and your shoulders are down. And we're going to gently turn to the side and then come back to center and then turn to the other side. So I'm going to do it for 3 or 4 breaths. You can do it for 1, 2, 3, or 4 breaths, however long you want to do it. If it hurts, then don't do it as long. If it hurts, maybe just don't even go all the way, just go halfway. Okay, so let's begin. to center. And now the other side. Slowly turn your head to the other wall. And breathe. Don't forget breathing. And back to center. Okay, so the sun is coming out. I can see the sun trying to shine through the window. The curtains don't seem to block out that sun very well. I probably need to get some different curtains for that. I hope it doesn't bother you, that big bright spot in the back. Anyway, now let's do some neck circles. So with your nose, take your nose and go in a circle. Big circle. Slow, big circle. Good. And now let's go in the opposite direction. So with your nose, continue in the opposite direction to make a big circle. All right. How does your neck feel? I could hear a little bit of crackling. So I probably needed that for my neck. And so now let's go ahead and do a stretch with our arms up. So from your hands on the side, slowly raise your arms up until they are overhead. Grasp them. You can grasp them in front like this if it's too hard for you to raise them up over your head. And then stretch up higher. Go as high as you can go. Get those fingertips up in the air. Feel your spine stretch. And then back down. Well, let's do that one more time. Arms out. Raising up. Clasped overhead. And then reaching up as high as you can. Stretch out that spine. And then back down. Good. Okay, and now we're going to do a seated twist. So you take your hand and put it on the outside, your palm outside, and your other hand goes in the back of the chair or to the side, doesn't matter. You know, start where you are most comfortable and twist your spine as you move to the side. And let's hold this for at least 3 breaths if we can. back to center. And now the other side. Twist your spine. Make your shoulders go this way. Hold your yes. And then back to center. So we've been working on our spine there to get some flexibility and some movement there and some space. So I wonder, do you feel a difference? It's good to do back exercises, especially as you get older. You get a little more creakier, and God, don't I know that. So let's do this one more time on this side. Turn your shoulders towards the wall. You're twisting your spine. And back to center. And now the other side. Do you notice that one side is easier than another? Because we usually have one favorite side, unless we're ambidextrous, and that side is easier to do than the other. So but we exercise both parts, both sides. And try to get the side that isn't as easy to be easier. And back to center. Good. Now I have a slight curve in my spine, scoliosis, and so I need to be careful about the exercises that I do, and I make sure that they're pretty safe. If I can do them and they're okay, and I don't get hurt, then I don't think you will unless you push yourself too hard. So now we're going to do a couple of side stretches. So bring your arm up over your head and then to the other side. Close your eyes if you need to and do some breathing. You're stretching out a side. Okay. And now the other side. Arm up overhead and twisting in the other direction. Breathe. And back. Now, this is too wide, so I'm going to turn it around. You're in your yoga seat, And you're going to drop your arm down. This is another side stretch, but we're not putting our arms over our head. We're just dropping our arm down the side. There should be a curve on this side and a lengthening on this side. And back up. On the other side. And back up. And once more. Feel a good stretch in this side. Feel this side curved in like a C. Like the letter C. Take a deep breath. Now let's go to this side one last time. Stretching out this side. This side is the letter C. And back up. All right. And now we're going to work on a little bit on our legs. So I want you to get up in your seat onto the edge and stick out your right leg, and your toes are pointed up at the ceiling, and hold that there. Make sure your back is straight. See how I'm slouching? Make sure your back is straight and your shoulders are not around your ears, that they're down. And breathe. And now we're going to point our toes. And up. Point the toes. One more time. Up. And point. And bring your leg back in. Now we're going to do the left leg. So stretch it out with your toes pointing up. You should feel a stretch in your calf here. And when you point your toes, you should feel this thigh muscles get bunched up. So this is working when our toes are up, and when we put our toes down, this muscle here in our thigh is working. So, okay, so up, and let's breathe. And stretch out. And up. And out. And one more time, up. And out. Very good. Bring your leg back in. Now, sitting on the edge of your chair, your feet are about hip width apart. We're doing the yoga seat. Our back is straight, shoulders are down. And we're going to hinge from the hips. So you don't want to arch like this. That's not what we're doing. We're moving from the hips and the back stays straight. And then touch your toes. And then come back up. Now, we're going to make sure we breathe. And I like to stay in the same way, the same pose for a while, right? I don't like to jump up and down and run around and do things fast, but if you want to, you can do this at a moderately faster pace compared to what I'm doing. Breathe. Down. Touch your toes. And up. And hinging from the hip, touch your toes. And up. Now we're going to do this again, but we're going to have our legs stretched out wide. So our legs are stretched out wide, and we're going to hinge from the hips, and we're going to go down, keeping our back straight as far as we can go, and touch the floor. And then come back up. Okay, so let's go. Bending from the hips, not the back. Keep the back straight. Down. The inside of your legs here in your thighs, I'm feeling that. And I'm going slow because I want the muscle that is working to continue working. And maybe at first it's a little shaky, but as time goes on, it gets stronger and it lengthens. Okay. Put your legs back together and sit in your seat. We're going to just do a couple of deep breaths here. See if you can put a little smile on your face. Think about the beautiful weather today. It's a little bit windy, but the weather is warm. Things are growing. The robins are here. I've seen robins in the yard. That's a sure sign of spring. And just have a little smile on your face. Be grateful for the nice weather. Okay. Did you have a smile on your face? I had a little one. All right. So now this is something different and new. It's called a hip flexor move. So I want you to make sure your chair is in a good place where it's not going to slide. And you get back 2 to 4 feet, however you want, and put your leg up on your chair, and then you just bend down like this. And this will help your hip flexors, stretch them out. Okay, so then we do it on the other side. All right, make sure you're stable. Foot is going forward. Soften your knee. The one you're standing on, you don't want it to be rigid. Can you feel that? Can you hold it for a second or two? Where do you feel that? Are you creaking like I am? Okay. And now we're going to do a meditation. And so you're going to sit in your chair, move back. I've got to the front there. There we go. And you're sitting in your yoga seat, and your hands are where you want them. And let's have more gratitude today. Because the more grateful you are and the more things you think about that you're grateful for, the more gratitude you will feel. And that is a good feeling. So close your eyes and breathe full breaths. Long exhales. I'm grateful that you're taking care of your body. I'm grateful that I'm taking care of my body. Body needs to move. And my kitty wants to come and say goodbye to you, so let's let her in. Yes, hi. Well, so I hope you have a great week. Come here, Penelope. Let's see how beautiful you are. Here's my beautiful kitty. Yes, she's a good baby. Okay, so I'll see you next week, and take care. Bye.